What's up, people? Punch here. So I'm going back to the game Sand because the open playtest starting October 5th, 2025 as of this recording. However, tomorrow they're going to be taking it offline for a little while, October 6th, 2025, because of matchmaking issues. People aren't able to connect to the new mode, which is called Storm Dive, and Voyage you can play to some extent, but it still disconnects you when you try and enter, or it's like really bad lag and you can't like walk around in your walker or try to pick up stuff like with the containers, and then being able to get like medical crates, being able to get the rare goods, the weapons, the ammo, and so on. But what people don't know about Sand is that it's an online-only PvP game. With PvE, it does have some creatures you can fight in like small areas like a collapsed boat or a city or even like a ruined area. But what Sand is that you are a person that's taking a walker and you're walking in this very big map and trying to find like random things. Once again, medical kits, ammunition, guns, and other things that you could sell later for whatever you need, like a fuel cell, bandages, food that would give you revives if you die, and so on and so forth. The other thing is that a lot of people have been bitching about PvP. Once again, I don't understand why people complain about PvP games in general. Like, for example, you have Hunt Showdown, you have Tarkov, you have Arena Breakout, you have Call of Duty, and not many people really complain, and if they do, it's like you barely hear them because they're the minority. Let me be completely clear to you that PvP games are more enjoyable than PvE games. I said this about Lost Skies when they decided to get rid of PvP from Worlds Adrift. People bitch about it all the time because they don't want to have interaction with other people. Kind of like how it was with Elite Dangerous and how that's a shell of its former self. Now with Sand coming out and you have PvP, your whole entire area that you're trying to walk around is huge. And the way that it works with your walker is that the only way somebody's able to actually see you besides the walker itself is the billowing smoke popping out of your engine that, if you don't turn off, will show the whole map. And you have these binoculars that actually allow you to see farther, and if you see billowing smoke and it's coming towards you, that's probably a player. So it's easy to spot them. You can either engage them like I do and blow them up and turn them into a big pile of smoke with some flames underneath it and take whatever stuff they have, or you could just run away like most of them do. The game has different night and day cycles. For example, sometimes it'll be foggy, other times it'll be clear, and you see me fight this player or shoot at him really, and I have different weapons on my stuff. For example, I have an 80mm cannon, you have a shotgun cannon, and you have a 40mm auto cannon that basically is like a machine gun but shoots pretty heavy rounds. But I decided to go with the heavy hitter, which is the 80mm, since it's pretty much the default weapon to use for your walker. And when you hit them, you can tell the difference too, because you'll see the armors pop up, or it'll do more damage if you blow off like a leg or actually get rid of the armor on the walker itself. But like I said, when it comes down to the map, it's really huge. You got a lot of places to go to instead of just like the normal find a player and shoot at them. But I kind of found this guy wandering around and thought, you know what, why not shoot my cannon at him? And then after he decided to run away from me because he didn't want none of that smoke, he went off and did his own thing and extracted. There's other extraction locations on the map that you'll find that look like a circle with a door on it, and then you have to go to a radio tower, climb all the way up it, hold down the F key, and then it'll come with a like ship that'll pick up your walker and you with a rappel rope, and then you're out with whatever items you have on your ship. Basically, that's how Sand works. You go off, you find stuff, you do PvP, PvE, and you're basically trying to survive. Think of it like Sea of Thieves, but a lot more enjoyable because, one, you're not really using a boat on the ocean, rather using a giant mech that has a cannon on the top of it or even multiple weapons. And you have different speeds. You have like 1 or 2 speeds. You have halt. You have reverse if you want to. And then Q and E allow you to turn faster. But I said this in my other video beforehand, if people haven't watched that. The way that it works, too, sometimes in this game is that you have a lot of bugs and issues. For example, when I decided to extract with all the stuff I had, they put me in this weird kind of, like, abyss area, and my guy was, like, twisting and turning, and I could shoot the gun. It was different weapons you could actually get now too, besides a revolver, shotgun, a semi-automatic pistol. They have like a gun that looks like a Springfield from Hunt Showdown, and they have, I think, a new machine gun as well. I did see that they had new luxury items like coins, fabric, and I think some new type of like ammo scrap. But I didn't really see everything too much. I only put about an hour in the game. But once you extract from the actual game itself, like, for example, it said expedition successful, anything that I had on my mech or my player character goes into my inventory, and I can sell it to the store and get more things like fuel cells, food, like, once again, I said that you need it in order to be able to respawn on your ship, and all the ammunition that you need for your cannons with the shotgun, the autocannon, and the 80mm. You can put multiple ones on your vessel or mech, and that really depends upon if you're playing with people or not. I've been playing solo on this beta test and the previous one before this one. It's not very difficult to do as long as you have fuel cells to energize your mech and being able to kind of know where to go. It gets easier the more that you play. Like I said, being situationally aware in this game is very valuable. Being able to find like destroyed vessels or like a rune that has like stuff on the ground. If you find green boxes, highly recommend picking them up because they allow you to store ammunition for shells that you can't normally carry on your person. Or if you need to carry bulk stuff like the luxury goods, coins, med kits, or even fabric, you definitely need them in order to carry more things. Your character is not going to be able to have enough stuff on them, and normally if you do carry anything on your person, it would be like 1 or 2 med kits, the ammunition for your gun or revolver, or even like being able to pick up like fabric that you can probably get for like 50 each. But once again, the open playtest is active and it will be going on for a little while. I do not know how long it will be going to. Once again, the game is going to be early access when it does release. But as I said, if you do play tomorrow, October 6th, and that the servers are down, that's because they're going to fix some matchmaking issues with Storm Dive and Voyage. Those are the 2 modes that you could play right now. I don't remember if Storm Dive was in the first beta. It probably wasn't. I think it was just normally Voyage. And Voyage is basically being able to go on this big map and find random things. But I'm glad the developers decided to actually put out the open beta test and that they're going to be fixing it tomorrow so that more people could play it without really a whole lot of issues like what I had for today. If you're one of those people like me that like to play PvP games and you want something different and interesting, I highly recommend people trying out Sand. It's been fun as hell the first beta that we played because there was so much PvP going on. Everybody doing broadside fights, somebody crashing into each other, people boarding your vessel and trying to destroy all your doors so they can get inside, take all your food and everything. It's fun as hell to play. And if people don't like the PvP stuff and you want PvE, then don't touch this one because it does have a lot of PvP in it. Even though the map is vast, people will find you very fast because, once again, if you have billowing smoke coming out of your mech, then they can spot that with the binoculars, go to where your location is, and blow you up with the cannons. So that's all I got for this one. I've been One Nut Punch. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.